Sacrifice is often part of a parent's role, but our faith shows us that sacrifice and suffering have a higher meaning. I recently sat down with Fradd, who had some beautiful insights to share on how to make sense of hardship and turn it into hope for our families. Take a look. Cameron, thanks for being here with me.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, so talk to me about what you've been hearing from young people here. What's on their hearts and minds as we walk into this new year?
They are beautiful and hungry and want realness. Like, especially the women. Like, that's my heart. Like, I love these girls, and so many girls are just, wanting truth. Like, thanking me for saying things that I thought would offend them, but they're like, no, I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. And they want to be real, and they want to be raw, and they want to be authentic, you know, and they desire that. And I think, I don't know, like this particular, I don't know, these girls are just beautiful, and they know counterfeit, they know fake, they don't want it, they want real, and they want to be challenged.
And on your podcast, you really cover that. Talk to me about some of the issues that you've recently been covering where it's hard for women to be real, you know, where they're encountering that fakeness and they want out.
I think one of the things is a lot of people are struggling with mental illness, physical illness, and just suffering. And I think that we live in a society that's like, suffering's bad. Like, if you have a headache, take a pill. If your whole body hurts, or if you suffer from this, that, or the other, like, euthanasia is a great option. Like, there's no point in suffering. And we as Catholics are so blessed to know, like, redemptive suffering.
Yeah.
And Christ gives us the grace to go alongside him on the road to Calvary. And we don't have to want it, but by accepting it and offering it up and knowing that it's not because I'm weak that I can't handle it. Like, in our weakness, he is stronger. And it's okay to not have it all together. It's okay to be anxious or whatever it is. Like, the safe space is adoration. Like, get there, sit in his presence, and just say, Jesus, this is it. This is what I'm struggling with. This is who I think my identity is, and giving it over to him and asking for the grace to just be real and letting him love you in that.
Speaking of redemptive suffering, a lot of your listeners know you struggle with some chronic conditions. You've suffered through that. And as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you about, I couldn't help but reflect on Mary and how her calling Christ into to perform that first miracle at the wedding of Cana. She knew that began a road of suffering for her, where she would watch her Christ die on the cross, her son die on the cross. Could you just speak to that a little bit, and how we can draw on that in our own suffering?
Our Lady's strength through it is massive. She knew in her fiat, when she said, yes, I am the handmaid of the Lord, be it done according to me. She knew in that she was saying, this is my body given up for you. I'm dying to myself. I will take on being pregnant with the God of the universe, right? And then he was so vulnerable. She fed him, she clothed him, she took care of him.
Yeah.
And first of all, that's just so humbling, right? Like, it's humbling being a mom and knowing that this baby's relying on me, let alone being like, this baby's actually God of the whole universe. Like, she was able to protect him until then, I think. And that's when she was like, okay, I don't want these people to suffer. I see how this wedding's gonna go downhill. Jesus, it's okay. Like, I think Jesus was probably ready sooner than that to start his ministry, but he was waiting. He loves his mom. He's a mama's boy, right? Yeah. And he's like, and so when she said that, she's like, all right. Like, he's like, yes, I will do it. And it was her, I think, saying like, okay, I'm ready now. You can start your ministry now. Not that he was waiting for permission, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in inviting him into that. And we as women, like, as the feminine genius, you know, like, we have that, we invite people to vulnerability. We invite people to sharing our hearts and having a depth. And and she's amazing and perfect, in our Heavenly Mama. And so many times I ask her to just wrap her immaculate mantle around me, protect me, my children, those that I love, and just that I could have her strength.
Yeah, amen. A perfect example. Speak to me a little bit about how you think mothers like yourself can inspire a culture of life in young people and all people, really.
Yeah, I think just being a mom and being okay with that. Recently, we had a 19-year-old who had an abortion scheduled. The abortion was scheduled for Thursday. We met her on Monday. And on Wednesday, we got her in with a really good doctor. She also had a 9-month-old, and we also had a baby. And my 11-year-old and I were in the waiting room for about 2 hours while this doctor met with her and just heard her story and just loved her. And when she told me that she had an abortion scheduled, she was so shameful, and I told her, I was like, you're a good mom. I see that. She has a 9-month-old as well, so everyone can pray for her.
Yeah,
she's still pregnant, but she went past her abortion date. She's like, I'm just stuck. I have no other options. And I told her, and I looked her in the eye, and I was like, you have options. We will help you. We will love you. We will help you through this. And it doesn't matter if you want to keep this baby or not. Like, just this will change who you are. So just don't do it. Let's just get you past it. And we're continuing to walk with her and love her. And I think just being a mom and witnessing and affirming young girls that they have other choices.
Yeah. Well, Cameron, thank you so much for sitting down with me, and God bless you in your work.
You're welcome.